Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sioux Empire Tonight. Tonight's guests include stand-up comedian Nathan Hoffman, Dan and Liz Nissen from Total Drag, and musical guest Night Shield. My name is Ryan Howe, but you didn't come here for me. You came for the man of the hour. Let me introduce to you the host of Sioux Empire Tonight, Mr. Zach Dresch.
How we doing? Yes! Woo! All right. Welcome to the first episode ever of Sioux Empire Tonight, huh? All right. Oh, well, if you don't know who I am, I'm Zach Dresch, and I am the illegitimate love child of Bob Ross and Richard Simmons. You were thinking it, and I said it. Also, Paul Simon and I are pretty tight, actually. Performed with them at the Premier Center about 2 weeks ago. Don't try and look it up. It's not on YouTube. But yeah, also, ladies, you might recognize me from swiping to the left way too fast on Tinder. I got pretty good at Tinder. You know, I swipe left on every single woman because I like to play hard to get. This is really exciting, guys. This is huge because in high school I was voted two things. One, most likely to host a talk show, and two, most likely to still be a virgin at age 23. I'm 24 now, so I guess you could say I'm a bit of an overachiever. Oh, fun fact, we actually were going to film this show at a pawn shop, but it closed down. And we couldn't afford a city block. So yeah, I would like to introduce our house band. Give it up for Angie Hosh, everybody. Yeah. Oh, thank you guys so much for doing this. Lindy, Lemmy, Keaton, Will, you guys are awesome. You had a gig last week at Icon Lounge, was that correct?
Yes.
How'd it go?
Pretty good.
Good. Yeah. Do you guys have any upcoming shows?
July 25th at Total Drag.
Oh, at the Coat Hangers?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys, and be sure to check out that show. Get it up for Angie Hosh. Thank you guys so much for doing this. All right, and I would like to introduce my partner in crime. He and I have hosted many shows together since college, and I'm excited to keep that tradition alive. Ryan Howe, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
You know, Zach, who'd have thought that when we first met that we'd be here, you know, still in Sioux Falls?
I know, right? Killing it. So, 4th of July is coming up. Any big 4th of July plans for you, Ryan?
I'm going to stick with the time-honored tradition of sitting around and not talking to my family.
Oh, yes, the time-honored tradition.
I do it every year, every holiday, actually.
Me too. Actually, I just stay indoors. I don't buy anything. I just stay and say, oh, I'm celebrating America with Netflix. So, yeah. So it's that time of the episode where I'd like to talk about the current events going on in the world. Let's get started. John Lennon shot to death in New York City. My 5th favorite Beatle. That can't be right. That's not natural.
Go to the next one.
Let's go to the next one. Yeah. Tupac shot and killed in Las Vegas. I'll believe it when I see it. Leave it to South Dakota writers 30 years behind. Let's move forward. Another one, yeah. Y2K, is this the end? Could be soon, actually. Looks like the computer's finally caught up. Hopefully our writers can catch up now. I think we got some modern ones here. Let's check this out. Arkansas 10 Commandments statue lasts less than 24 hours. And in Arkansas's defense, it didn't say thou shalt not destroy. Minnesota woman seeking YouTube fame fatally shoots boyfriend in stunt gone wrong. Now that's a guy who knows how to be a one-hit wonder. A Sioux Falls man was arrested for threatening his children with a firearm. Police have not yet commented as to whether or not they're going to confiscate his World's '1 Dad t-shirt. Struggle. South Dakota's rural roads and bridges ranked among worst in country. South Dakota Department of Transportation says they are just excited to see their state in a publication. And finally, can Justin Trudeau's socks bring peace to the world? America finally lost. Canada wins. All right, so that's our headlines. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with Nathan Hoffman, so stick around. Thank you, guys. All right, our first guest of the evening is a stand-up comedian. He's about to release a new album called Nathan Hoffman Drinks the Hits. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nathan Hoffman, everybody.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. So I was wondering, if the past tense of the word Google is I Googled it, does that make the past tense of the word Bing I banged it? Because if that's the case, I've banged a lot of women. And cats. So that's not great. I love cats. I hate horses. I don't hate horses. I am respectfully terrified of horses. And if you're ever forced to be around a horse like I was as a child, that sounds much more sinister than it was. I wasn't part of some weird like horse cult, you know. I was just raised Lutheran. It's its own kind of cult. But no, you know, inevitably, when you're on top of the horse and you say to the horse owner, I'm a little nervous to be up here, the horse owner always says the same thing, and that's, oh, don't be afraid of the horse, because the horse can sense your fear. That doesn't help me at all. That's like saying, oh, don't be afraid of the horse. The horse is a pan-dimensional being with powers and abilities you could only dream of. Horse knows your fears and your desires. I got tattoos. I like having tattoos because having tattoos is like wearing the costume of a tough guy, you know? Like people will see me down the street and they'll be like, oh, don't mess with him. He's got, is he reading a Dave Barry book? Or ladies will be like, oh boy, that guy's got tattoos. Is he bowling with the bumpers up? I didn't even know they sold cotton candy here. Sometimes I'll hear my friends be like, oh, you know what? We got to get some ladies over here. You know, to get some ladies over here, a hot tub. Or like, you know, to get some ladies over here, a disco ball. Yeah, these are the kind of people I hang out with. But never once has the end of that sentence been, you know, get some ladies over here, a savings account. But we did see a hot tub for sale at Target for $200, and here's the best part, it was an inflatable hot tub. So we bought it immediately. I just like picturing if we ever do get some ladies over, we'll be like, oh, ladies, you want to step out back to our hot tub? All right, just give me 25 minutes. All right, give me your hand. No, I gotta take the rings off. It'll pop. This is true. Right down the road up here at the pawn shop, you guys going on tomorrow. Hot dog party! Yeah, we got kind of a little hot dog party going on in the audience right now, too. But I I just, my question is, who is pawning hot dogs? And like also, what is it, like how good can your business be if bringing hot dogs adds value to the store? Not good. I was on Facebook recently, and I saw something on Facebook. I saw a recipe for something called hot chocolate dump cake. I don't want dump anywhere near my cake. I don't care what temperature it is. And like also, can we stop like overtly sexualizing our obsession with food? And how weird is it that I think hot chocolate dump is sexualized? Sometimes you learn something about yourself on stage. Hey, thanks everybody, I'm Nathan Hoffman. I'm gonna go over here now.
Great job, buddy.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice cold brew there.
Yeah, this is definitely full of liquid.
Yes. Lots of O'Douls.
That's right, that's right. How you doing, Zach? How
Good,
you
man,
doing?
how are you?
I'm very good.
Wonderful set.
Thank you. And, I felt confident. I've got holes in both my shoes and my pants, but
Might I add, you're looking dapper.
thank you. Thank you.
I have no idea what that
I
means.
think this gentleman does too over here. I can't even see if that's a gentleman over there because of the lights. It's all right.
Ambiguous, whatever.
Yeah, we'll talk after the show.
Yeah. Probably. We will. So, how did you get your start in stand-up comedy?
Oh, I got my start, well, it's an interesting story, really. I raise ferrets on a farm. And, for those of you who do raise ferrets, you'll understand, sometimes you get some real smart ones, and they sort of whisper things in your ear.
Of course.
You're right, and then, so I take the whisperings of the ferrets, and then I, type them out on like a 1950s Underwood typewriter. And then I read them on stage. So, no, I'm just kidding. I drink a lot, so.
It's perfect.
Thank you.
That's how you got to do it.
Right.
I had a similar story. So which comics were some of your biggest influences?
Varnish O'Reilly is a big one. We got a lot of Varnish fans in here.
I heard a loud woo, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Patches McGillicuddy is a big one. No, I like John Mulaney and Todd Barry and Kyle Kinane and Zach Dresch. Yeah.
You're too kind.
I just got you laid tonight. I like, by the way, you look, when is prom anyway?
After the show.
Oh,
So.
we have our own personal prom. The
All
audience
right.
was not into that.
No. I'm so psyched to loop Cyndi Lauper over and over again at this little
That's
party.
right.
Yes!
That's right.
She's still around.
Well, doing something. I don't know.
Time after
having
time.
fun.
Time after time, she'll do something.
Those are consecutively the worst two jokes you and I have told.
Yeah. Catch us at open mics. So you did stand-up comedy in Minneapolis for a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. No.
And then LA for a little bit too as well?
Yes, that's also true. And doing stand-up here is way better because the audience shows up. So,
Give it up for yourselves. Yeah.
yeah, give it up for you guys.
Atmosphere-wise, though, what's kind of the difference, would you say?
Oh, well, the difference, I guess, is like in the big cities, like when you go to an open mic, there's like 20 to 30 people going every night. It doesn't matter, And here you get 10 to 15 people who are all like hitting their hardest with the hardest jokes. And so I don't know, it's a lot more refreshing here than like big cities where you're just, pooped on over and over again.
Yeah. I assume it's very cutthroat,
Yes,
that atmosphere.
yes, absolutely, yeah.
Yes. So how do you kind of develop your material?
Well, the aforementioned ferrets do a lot of
All right,
it,
yeah.
No, No, honestly, it comes from like being annoyed at everything.
No.
It's just you drink and you talk to your friends and you know what annoys me? Everything. And then you get up on stage and talk about it. So.
Yeah, because I'm kind of the same way. You have to have conversations to write stuff. You can't just be like sitting down at a computer.
Right. Like it's a lot different than like right now.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like, here's a joke.
Nobody, come on. That was solid, you guys.
We're all stand-up comics here. So let's talk about your new album coming out soon.
Sure, yeah, thanks.
Tell us all about it. It's called Nathan Hoffman Drinks the Hits.
Right. It was recorded right here at Wacko's Comedy Club. Give it up for Wacko's. They're allowed to applaud. Yeah. You performed for it, if you recall.
Thank you so much for having us. I brought it up for a reason.
Right. I mean, without that, a week ago, this wouldn't be happening, You have your whole career to thank to the most handsome dressed comedian on stage right now.
You.
Right. Hey, I've been drinking tonight, just so we're clear, we both see the tall specter in the corner, right?
Yes, Brian Howe.
Okay, thank you.
So how do you feel the show went overall?
I feel like it went very good. The audience was very warm, and it flies by. I don't remember any of it because you get really nervous, and I won't remember any of this either. So all's good in my memory,
It'll be on YouTube soon. So
That's all right.
Relive it and you'll be like, what?
That's how you know it's gotten real big when it gets on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Vimeo.
Right. Or
other video streaming sites.
CISO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daily Motion.
We're just going to keep listing different apps now for the rest of the night.
All right. Is there a release date for your new album?
It should be out by the end of August.
All right.
You just put one on it right now by asking me that. So.
All right. Well, if you want to, check out Nathan's Facebook page. He'll keep you up to date on
Only
when the
if
album
you
is
want
coming.
to.
Only if you want to, but you should. He'll have more info about the album. And thank you so much, Nathan.
Thank you
being
for
here.
having me. This
Thanks
was a
for
lot of
being
fun. Thank you.
here. Nathan Hoffman, everybody. We'll be right back with Dan Liz Nissen. All right, my next guests are the owners of Sioux Falls' primary record store and music venue. Please give it up for Dan and Liz Nissen, everybody. Hugs galore. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Excellent. How are
Thanks
you?
for being one of the first guests on the show. It's wonderful, and thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
having us.
Yeah, hugs galore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
So let's-
huggers.
Huggers, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a handshaker. It's just whatever. So let's dive deep right away.
Oh boy.
So Total Drag opened 3 years ago now, right? About 3.
Yeah.
A little over.
How do you feel the store has progressed since its opening?
Very well. Beyond our wildest dreams. It's been so many great shows and real good business, and it's been a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say? What are some of the groups that you've had there recently that you've been like, oh, this is a huge highlight. This show is popping, so to speak. I'm very hip.
CFM and Cairo Gang was just a couple weeks
Oh, yeah,
ago.
last week,
That was
yeah.
incredible. Broth and Mr. Elevator, both of those two. Twin Peaks a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Which was always great. Coat hangers.
Some
for
of our
coming
favorite
back.
boys.
Yeah, Twin Peaks Twin Peaks has actually just been on Conan a couple times now, which is pretty nuts. So it's pretty awesome. So since the Total Drag started, the scene, in my personal opinion, has grown in such a huge way where everyone of all ages can perform, and it's such a solidarity community. I'm not good with adjectives, but it's one of those things. That's why I was a theater major. But I've noticed that everyone just comes together. There's no competition. It's just everyone's so united. I think that has to do with the all ages aspect, which has been around in the past, but you guys have started bringing that to the forefront. Like everyone of all ages should be doing shows instead of just 21 plus. which was a thing. So how do you think the scene personally has grown in your eyes?
Well, I think every scene needs an all ages part of it to keep growing. Kids are always the future to keep a scene growing. So I think that's imperative.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree. And so you guys recently expanded the store about 3 or 4 months ago, something like that?
Yep.
How has it been different since being just the one side instead of two? I also didn't take geometry. Just want to point that out.
We don't have to tear down the store every time for a show. That's really nice.
Yeah.
It's
So
a lot
lot
easier.
less work for
This may,
us.
yeah, this may sound Captain Obvious, but there's more space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out.
So I wanted to ask you guys some fun questions, like some really cutting edge, like, oh, yeah. Get ready. So what is the most prized vinyl that you both personally own?
It's tough, Zach. Tough
Yeah,
question.
I know.
I'll maybe go Spectrum by Sonic Boom.
Okay.
Erebon Raiders, Soak the Saddle.
I haven't heard of both of those actually.
Yeah.
But I need to. I know, because I always.
With a title like that.
Yeah, yeah. First albums you ever owned? I remember you saying you weren't quite sure, but.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like collected stuff from my parents, stole records from my parents probably.
Sure.
But first one I remember buying was a 7-inch by a band called The Locust. It was like this green puddle-shaped 7-inch.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Spirit of Versailles, first 7-inch.
Nice. Very nice.
First basement show I attended.
That's so cool. My first was Off the Deep End by Weird Al Yankovic. Encompasses my 2 favorite things, Weird Al and Nirvana. What's both your personal favorite concerts you've ever attended? Either at Total Drag or in general.
Well, in general, I'll go Spiritualized at First Avenue
Okay.
in Minneapolis.
That's up there for me as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, just go with both of those. All right. Have you ever met any musicians that have left you like starstruck or like at least a tad bit more nervous than usual instead of just like, oh, I'm talking to David Bowie? No, I don't think that happened, but.
Yeah, Reckless Eric. When we had Reckless Eric at
Oh, okay.
Total Drag.
Oh, yeah.
I've never met an icon like that.
Yeah. What about you, Liz?
No.
No one?
Not really.
No one affects me. You're a person. Good for you. I'm gonna do a quick little thing. If you had Desert Island, like 3 albums, like what would those 3 albums be for you?
You go.
I'm a nerd for that kind of stuff. I just want to know.
Shellac, 1000 Hertz. Elliott Smith, From a Basement on a Hill.
Nice.
And let me think of that last one.
Off the Deep End.
Go ahead.
Weird Al.
No. Examination of the Whitest of Elephants. That album is right up there.
So not Weird Al.
No.
Really should, you know. Just. Liz, what about you?
Another super hard question because it changes
I don't-
like every day. But right now it would be like the latest Alex G record, Rocket.
Okay.
Super good. This band Whitney put out a record
Oh, yeah.
last year.
Good
Light
stuff.
on the Lake.
You guys got me into that one. It was
Yeah,
great stuff.
Great
Yeah.
record.
Mhm.
And maybe Twin Peaks, Wild Onion.
Yeah.
Good choice. No. Well, let's talk about quick before we wrap up some gigs coming up at Total Drag. I wrote them down. I'm
Yeah,
a nerd.
prepared.
What's up?
So you know better than us.
All right, this Thursday, July 6th, we've got Hazing, Black Death, Jet Set, and Typhoon Distributor. $5 for that show. Wednesday, July 12th, The Hoot and Hollers, Owl Chaser, and Red Leaves. $5 for that show. I'm like such a nerd, just like. Saturday the 15th, Baby D, Russ Stedman, who's here tonight. Hey, Russ.
Hey, Russ.
What's Russ?
Local genius, everybody.
And then Lost Tomorrow, $5 for that show. And then Sunday, July 16th, Parker Millsap with Burlap Wolf King, $15 for that show. And then for more info on Total Drag, go to facebook.com/Total Drag Records. And thank you guys so much for being one of our first guests on the show. It really means a lot. So, Dan and Liz Nissen, everybody. We'll take a quick break. Garage sale segment right up. Talk. All right. Summer's here, and you know what that means. Garage sale time is here. And our on-field correspondent, Jane Don't, is here to tell us about it. Give it up for Jane Don't, everybody. Jane, thank you so much for being here. Got a real hot mic. How are you doing this evening?
Oh, I am so good. I just got off the hot trails of them garage sales. I tell you what, Zach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Schnookums, they were doing great. Oh, man, they're so hot tonight, I tell you what.
Oh, 33rd and Kiwanis?
Oh, yeah, that's the place to go. That's where all the hooting and hollering happens. Yeah.
That bank there, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. All right.
Okay,
Show us what you found.
Oh, yeah, I picked this first one out just for you, Zach. I tell you what, this one here, oh, this is just the thing of your dreams, I tell you.
Is this an inflatable hot tub?
You know it's an inflatable hot tub. Yeah.
Oh,
It's super inflatable. They told me that it'll work no matter what, so.
Oh, it's for babies, I think.
Right, yeah. It's for you, honey, and for all the babies you're gonna have. You know you are, yeah.
It's a hat. I love it.
You want to see the next thing?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay. Oh, this one I'm real excited about. Look at that. It goes with that thing. You pump it up to make a super hot tub hat.
We're trying this on live television. Nope, my hands are weak.
All right. Yeah, honey, you can do that later. That's fine. We'll do that over dessert. It's okay. Yeah.
Wait till after the show.
I'll bring you the hot dish and then it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. The next thing. Ooh. It's still coming. There we go. You see this here?
Omniflex? What is Omniflex?
Honey, it's got like 110 uses. And I got that for $0.25. Now this thing, you're going to want to keep that on you at all times.
Oh, yeah. I'll put this in here in case.
You want to draw the ladies in. That's the way to do it. Have that with you.
Hey.
Okay, well, I'm excited. This one's for the both of you, okay? I didn't forget you, honey. Okay, here you go. Here we go. It's dirt. They were selling this, 2 for $12. But I got one.
2 dirt for $12. 33rd and Kiwanis, dirt, fresh.
Dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go.
Oreo batter.
Now, this, honey, this is the big bucks here. It's a used equate.
Hemorrhoidal ointment. How did you know?
Sweetie, you got to think of all the things when you're going garage sailing. You know, you're not just looking for the furniture. You're not just looking for the toys for that nephew you don't like that much. You got to look for the things that you got to keep with you, right?
Yep.
Right, okay.
Keep
Next
your
thing.
butt safe.
Here we go.
With these too.
Here we go. I got you, and speaking of that, again, you know you need this metformin, right? I saw that and I thought of you immediately.
Oh, it gives you lucid dreams, right?
Right, you know it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been looking for this somewhere.
I know. I knew you wanted some new hot jokes. Yeah, come up within
My
those
checking
dreams.
account is low right now.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
this last one, honey, I saw this. And you know, you just wait. It's so special. Look at that! It's a PT Cruiser car!
Oh!
I gotta roll it to you, honey.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love it.
Isn't it so
For
nice?
those of you unaware, I own a red PT Cruiser in this same model. Like father, like son. Thank you, Jane.
You're so welcome,
Means a
Zach.
lot.
Oh,
Come back anytime.
Oh, thank
All right,
you.
Jane, don't, everybody. Give it up for her. All right, our final guest of the evening is an acclaimed hip-hop artist. He just started a new podcast called the Urban Indians Podcast. Please give it up for Night Shield, everybody.
Hello, hello. All right. This is a song called Pieces of Me off my latest album, The Addiction. I can feel it deep down. Fighting for control, it's lost always the way. In and alcoholic age, you can find me on the regular, drunk for days. But I'm going coastal, so it's okay. And at least that's what I tell myself to justify my ways. Every single problem that I have in this life can be traced right back to I was on my nights chasing demons in a bottle. Really never thought the problem so it's my reality. Like a circus mirror, cause I don't recognize the image I see in it. I should probably be committed. Every day is like I got an addict mind and I got an addict soul. It's an everyday struggle as I battle for control. I'm trying to blame my dad for these habits that he passed, but it doesn't take a genius for you to do the math. I got women all around, but they ain't here for me. Maybe all hip and shizzle, they don't wanna know, okay? Cause I got a little fame and they wanna be seen. And what better way than to holler at me? Every years I took advantage, and your dudes was doing damage, and your dudes was on the road. That was really the only reason that I'd ever hit the road. A lot of great women that I left the greater path. The mindset of a rapper, that was the mindset of your sad head. Now I look back at what I could have had and what I left behind. Every single groupie just for one more try. I'm tired of this life and I'm tired of being alone. And I'm tired of the stress that follows where I go. I'm just trying to fill this void that went missing from my soul. Got me cocky, this game got me feeling like can't nobody stop me. High off the body, know a rat and body want a piece. This game and heartache to turn your boy into a beast, turn your boy into a monster. Really all I am is my little baby's father. Addictive personality, obsessed with the limelight. Keep me motivated to make sure my rhymes tight. But I fear I do this for all the wrong reasons. I don't know if it's ego or advancement of the art. All I know is these words feel straight from my heart. And the song to me is like exposing open wounds. This is who I am. These are my thoughts. These lyrics are the scars from many battles fought, many battles lost, and many yet to come. I remain strong, so I survive every one. All right, make some noise for Mindy Neugebauer, Aaron Keller, DJ Mike Famous. I'm Night Shield, thank you.
All right, you sit down on the couch there. That was fantastic.
Thank you, thank you.
So that's off your most recent release,
Yeah.
Hip Hop 3, The Addiction?
The Addiction, yep. I won a Native American Music Award for that album too.
Oh,
So.
that's awesome. Go for it. Super great.
Thank you, appreciate that.
So what's kind of the concept of those 3 records? Is there like a theme throughout the whole thing?
I was just living through a nightmare of alcoholism at the time. So it's like Sex, Drunks, and Hip Hop 1. What comes after Sex, Drunks, and Hip Hop? Probably a hangover. That was album number 2. And then what comes after the hangover? You're doing it again. It's an addiction. So that's the trilogy of albums.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I can't relate because I'm a wuss, you know. But so you're the owner of a record label, Night Shield Entertainment.
Yes, that is correct.
What are some kind of positives and negatives of running a record label?
Oh man, it's a lot of fun. Like I get to hear a lot of new artists and get to help people, pursue their dreams and stuff like that. But at the same time, it can be a nightmare too because you're dealing with a lot of, as you're probably finding out today, a lot of behind the scenes stuff that people will never see, and a lot of drama and just stuff that you always wonder, is it really worth it? But it's a good time. I've had a lot of fun doing this.
For sure. So you have a new album coming out very soon, sometime soon this year, I think?
I'm actually shooting for February of next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's called Survivor?
Survivor, yep. Because what do you do after you go through all the drama? My bad.
Hey, it's not live.
Yeah. You're a survivor, so yeah.
So you just released a new song about 2 months ago called Bang Your Head, featuring Maniac the Supernatural, who you've worked with many times before.
Yes.
And then Flux, the metal band. And this song is more of a metal like rap metal kind of direction?
Yeah. The lead singer of Flux, Jarrell, is a good friend of mine, and I like metal too, and me and Jarrell always, we're big comic book nerds, so we're always talking about comic books, and we both were super into music, and so we just decided to do some stuff together. We did a song on the album, The Hangover also, that a lot of people liked, so we just decided, let's get the whole band together. I'll get Maniac in there. Maniac's like the main artist from my record label, and we just, had some fun with it.
Cool. Would you say that track is kind of indicative of the rest of the album, or it's going to be like, or is it just kind of be eclectic and all over the place, genre-wise?
A little bit. Like I really want this album to be much more produced, like a lot more live instruments. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a lot more production value, I think, in this album than previous ones.
Cool.
Not just like DJ, producer and just a beat and an MC. It'll be more
Different
live
setups
and stuff.
kind of stuff like that. Well,
exactly,
that's super cool. You also do an online series called Cooking with Gabe.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. That was such a weird, music. Cooking.
Yeah. Well, if you ever watch that show, you'll see that I'm a terrible cook, and it just started. Just started one day because I am a terrible cook, and I'm a single dad, so I wanted to cook something for my daughter, and we were just messing around on Snapchat, and we just decided to make a little video detailing what we were going to cook that day, and then a lot of people liked it for some reason because it was just stupid. So we just kept making more of them, and people like them. So I don't know, we just keep doing them. I'm running out of stuff to cook though. I need some ideas.
Cereal.
Yeah, that might be the next one.
Just pour some bowls, do different ones. I think that'd be.
Yeah. Here's some tricks. Yeah.
Here's sugar-free and here if you want to change it up.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Urban Indians podcast that just started up about a month ago.
Yeah, we've had a lot of success with the Urban Indians podcast. In fact, the producer, Robert Mailing, is over here. Without Robert,
Robert,
he's the man that made it all happen, so big hand for him. I owe a lot to that guy. He's done a lot for us, and it was just something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I felt like Native Americans in general, either it's two ends of the spectrum when it comes to how we're portrayed in the media. It's always like the guy that's smoking the peace pipe in the teepee on one end, or it's the guy that's passed out, behind, munchies or something like that, So, and it's never like the person that's just in the middle of the road that's working, taking care of their family, and doing that kind of stuff. So that's sort of where the angle I wanted to come from. Just to normalize natives in society, that we're not, we can be more than just those two things. So
yeah, and I've listened to it. Yeah. And I've listened to it as well. It's very conversation. It's very casual, but it's also talking about important points. And I think that's people like hearing about these things, but not in a way that's presented. It has to be presented a certain way. I think.
For sure. We wanted to just be more conversational, how we would normally talk, and we swear a lot kind of on there. So But yeah, I mean, it's just more conversational. Wanted to bring things up, you know, maybe people might not be aware of. I think half the problem is people just don't know, and just sort of shed some light on things that people might not be aware of.
How do you think the response has been so far with the show?
It's been really good. I don't have the up-to-date numbers, but I mean, we've been out for like 3 weeks now. Our first week, we had like over 5,100 listens.
Wow.
I mean, we were in USA Today, Washington Post. I mean, it was all over the place for a little while there, so we've been doing really well.
It's awesome. Yeah, no doubt. So, in addition to Survivor and the podcast, any other future projects you got coming up?
I'm shooting a new music video for a new single here in a few weeks called Killing Strangers. It's going to be another, if you've seen any of my other videos, I like to do like horror type stuff. And I feel like now like a lot of the stuff that I'm recording songs just for how I want to do the video, and this is just going to be more like just more horror stuff. It'll be fun. Killer clowns and stuff. Yeah, it'll be great.
So you've always said you're a bit of a comic book nerd. I myself am not really, but what would you suggest I check out as far as getting into comics and stuff like that?
Oh man, I'm a huge comic book nerd. I'm a big Spider-Man nerd, as you could probably see by the tattoo on my arm. Yeah. Anything Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man is probably a good way to start. You know, that's good. But there's always like, if you're not into like superheroes, you can always check out like Why the Last Man or Preacher and stuff like that.
Cool.
That might not be superhero stuff.
All right, cool. Well, I'll definitely check it out. And make sure that you listen to Urban Indians podcast. Go to facebook.com/theurbanIndians. Case sensitive, I think capital.
Yeah, Indians with a Z, because we're hip like that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for more information on your music, go to facebook.com/nightshield.
Yep.
And your most recent album, Sex, Drunks, and Hip Hop 3, The Addiction, is available right now on iTunes.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Thank you so much, Gabe, for being
All
here.
right,
It means a
thank
lot. Nightshield, everybody. Hear it up front. All right. We'll be right back with What to Do in Sioux with Hipster Dan. We'll be right back. All right, give it up for Angie Hosh one more time, everybody. You guys are awesome. All right. Now, it's summer and there's a lot of cool stuff to do in Sioux Falls, but you may be wondering, what's there to do in Sioux Foo? And you say it just like that. Give it up for our correspondent for events. Give it up for Hipster Dan, everybody. Dan, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. So tell us, what's some cool stuff going down?
Feedback?
Yeah, I have heard good feedback about tonight, actually.
That's good feedback.
Literal
Yeah.
and figurative.
We have there's a lot of great things going on. Like this weekend, Hot Harley Nights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot Harley Nights, it's a fundraiser for Make-A-Wish Foundation. 3 nights. I think it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
It's pretty cool.
That is
Say
pretty
so.
cool. Yeah? Are you going to go?
Yeah.
You going to ride your motorcycle?
Yeah, I'll ride my trikey.
Are you going to Are you going to drive your PT Cruiser?
I'll drive my PT Cruiser. It's hot wussy nights for this guy. That should be like a little section of the whole event. Just like guys that don't feel good about their cars. Hey.
It's true. True story. And then next week, Theory of Dead Band is going to be at the District.
Nice. Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
I think that would be a good show if you like Theory of the Dead Man.
Canadian, I think, right?
I don't know.
Pretty sure.
I don't like them, apparently.
Oh, because you're a hipster.
That's right.
You like things before they're cool.
That's right. Everything. I was cool before it was cool to be cool.
So, glacial?
Exactly.
Also, no one wears scarves indoors.
Zach, you don't understand. I wore scarves before it was cool to wear scarves.
Scarves were never cool.
This is pretty cool.
It's purple.
It is. It's very sparkly.
Do you love Prince?
Brings out the color in my eyes.
I suppose you don't like Prince because Prince is too mainstream.
I like Prince before it was cool to like Prince.
So 78?
Exactly.
Sure.
We'll go with that. And then the final event that we'll talk about is going to take place right here at Wacko's Comedy Club. Carlos Mencia will be here July 14th and 15th, I believe.
All right.
If I got my
Right here at
info
Wacko's,
right.
yeah. We're excited.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty good show. Tickets are selling fast, so you better get them.
Yeah, get your tickets now.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Right, you can get them on your way out, I bet.
Probably there's like a place.
A ticket booth.
I'm great at promoting. But yes, any other events going on, Dan, that you'd like to?
No, I think that, if you want to find out more on events going around Sioux Falls, be sure to check out bump.ug.
Yeah, Bump Underground. Jason Wise did that.
Yeah.
So yeah, give it up for Bump Underground too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Hipster Dan. Give it up for Hipster Dan, everybody, for being here. Means a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'd like to point out in that last segment, we got a huge pop for Theory of a Dead Man, but everyone was stone silent for Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I did notice that actually.
No.
That was.
Not going to bother with Make-A-Wish, nah.
Yeah, Theory of a Dead. Okay. Before we close, I'm going to do a rant of the week. It's about Theory of a Dead Man. I'm just kidding. Rants of the week here. 3 years ago, I took a chance and DM'd a beautiful girl who accepted my friend request on Facebook. 3 years later, she has me blocked, and here is a random photo I found on Google. There's your rants of the week. And that's our show. I want to thank all of our guests. Gabriel Nightshield, give it up for Gabriel Nightshield one more time. Dan and Liz Nissen, everybody. And Nathan Hoffman. And Angie Hosh, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great night.